Hello, my lovely, dear friends. How are you all doing? It's 4 a.m. here, and I had a very nice nap. I didn't sleep very well for last 5 days to 7 days. I was very restless, running for different things. I was doing something very important, um, so I couldn't really sleep. There's so much worry and tension. So finally, I did manage to sleep solid. I had nice dinner. Woke up middle of the night. Now it's 4 a.m. early morning. Feeling very energetic, fresh. Brain is fresh, and I felt like doing a video for you. Okay, I had coffee, so my brain is functioning like limitless, like you have taken the chill pill. Anyway, so I want to discuss something very important today, and not life changing, but it's regarding you people, okay? People who collect fragrances. There's something very important aspect I want to discuss, and I'll keep that title, The Curse of being a huge collector, having a big collection, okay? And I'll call it a curse because I have certain point to achieve. Hopefully you're doing good, and I don't want to make it sound like, hey, class is in session, like be paying attention, otherwise you fail. No, I want to relax and discuss with you, my brothers and sisters, because we are all in this together. We are blessed with a beautiful fragrance community, fragrance hobby collection. At the same time, we also have the burden of sometimes huge collection. And I want to break it down a little bit, and I want to like to know your opinion. Okay, people seem to like this kind of discussion a lot. Thank you so much. You guys are lovely, right? So where do I start? Before I start this point, I would like to address a question. Someone put a comment few days back from India, I think, and I understand sometimes I cannot reply to all your comments, but I do go through the comments when I am free. He sort of put under my video that your work is so good, and so nice of him to say these things. I forgot the name, but thank you so much, brother, for your appreciation. Many of you do say that you are the best joy. You are working, the way you work is beast mode. These things make me always inspired. Your genuine compliments or word of encouragement, or even mostly criticism or hints or tips. These things help me look at me that where am I doing things wrong. If I can better do betterment, it's good for me. I feel, satisfied. That's the whole thing. You can never ever be perfect in life. Okay, a human life you can always just achieve because your life is too short. Today you're here, tomorrow you may not be here. Many of you do not think that way. Many of you feel, hey, I'm here, I'm gonna be like, I'm young, I'm gonna live for 60, 70, 80 years. You never know that. I don't know that. So every day I count as a blessing, especially after I got old. I just turned 41. So I see things differently nowadays. When I was young, I was very exciting. Not exciting, I was very excited, eager, didn't think so much before doing any action. I just used to enjoy my life. Nowadays, I think of a lot of things of life, afterlife. We believe in that in Islam. And also I believe in karma. I also believe in helping people. So these things, once you grow old, wisdom will hit you. You'll see, and let it come to you naturally. So coming back to the point where I was saying that that person, the brother who said, brother, your work is so good, but your production quality, if you could increase it, your views would be so much more. I see your views is not, not as, like, he meant like Ashton or some of the bigger reviewers like Steven or Mark or Jeremy. I don't have big views like that, but I do okay, like whatever I get, I'm very happy because whatever setup I have is a very basic setup. We're going to move from this house. So I don't change anything. I don't build anything. This house is very old now, our house. We've been living here for more than 15 years. So we're planning to shift to a new house we're building. And once we move, let's say 1 year or two, we don't know when. Okay. So I have plans to build like a museum or something like nice here. Lighting, studio, everything. You'll see if God keeps me here and my dream will come true. But for time being, I'll tell you why I do not or cannot, either way, both are true, can increase my production value. I cannot do editing, okay? In my videos, one thing, or I cannot at this moment change a mic or expensive setup like, like sit. I do very simple phone. Since the beginning, this was my thought. I will do my reviews every day. I'll be honest. I will try to review as many perfumes as possible. That was my goal. So everybody has their own set of principles and objective. My objective was to do reviews every day, one review every day. And at times I did 14, 15 reviews one day because I went crazy. Okay, I had so many samples, perfumes. I ran my excitement level. You guys know where it took me, places, I once went through a storm, hurricane, to get 3 samples to 4 samples from a place which is 5 kilometers away in rickshaw, okay, trishaw. Almost, it was a disastrous day almost, but I did manage to get those samples. The love took me there. So I cannot or don't want to increase the production value for a reason that whatever I'm getting, first of all, I am happy with it. Okay, so I'm not trying to show off that hey, your opinion don't matter. It does matter. Why I cannot change it? Because I'm doing three jobs at the same time. Okay, I'm running three platform of work to feed my expensive hobby. Okay, he said you have so many expensive perfume. Why not invest in camera perhaps or a studio lighting, a mic that is fixed. You don't have to hold it, but you can hear me, right? Nowadays you can hear me if I hold it. So basic two things are achieved. You can see me well and you can hear me. These two things are okay, and there's no noise. I do late night videos, so it's easier for you to see the review. And then I don't have that charisma of Jeremy. Perhaps I'll do a little bit, maybe in few days time you'll see I'll go outdoor shooting if possible, but in general that's what I'm trying to do reviews as much as possible. And I'll tell you one thing, if you do not know, no reviewer did every single day review. They used to do every week once or twice, and you wait for those, right? Big reviewers. Nowadays, the trend has changed, my friends. I have changed the trend. And if you do not know by now, I was the guy who did every day. And now, actually, reviewers are working so hard. They're pushing, not me. I'm just saying, not me. The community, every single reviewer giving you so much more content. Look at what you're getting, for your time. You're getting so much great content, release this and that, entertainment. You just have your lunch sandwich and you can watch reviewers. You can see any of your favorite reviewers. So I cannot do it because my time constraint. I allocate my time. I'll try to do review if I have a little bit energy left, and I will have to do my Decant page. That is one of my old work, and also have few other platforms that I'm working. I'm also working in our property area, and then a few other things I'll update you in a bit. So I sort of like increase my work, not adequate, but workload, just to make sure that I can live that life. And money is sadly one of the things that you need. Okay, I wish I was rich, but I'm not. I'm doing okay by grace of God. I am very comfy, alhamdulillah. Like say by grace of God, I get decent food. I get whatever I want. There's nothing that I want any more than this. I'm so grateful, and for the life I live, I'm very happy. But I cannot increase the production value because my target is to keep it simple and connect to you. I don't want to do that because if I do that, then I cannot do my other work and then I will be stuck. So I'm doing 24 hours out of that. I sleep 5 hours and the rest of the time I work. Okay, so I do apologize if this hurts you guys and you want more from me. Perhaps if someone can do this for me, editing or have camera set up, I don't have this at this time, that investment setup. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry about that, but I would like to actually buy perfumes and review for you, which will benefit you. There you go. I hope I answered it. Second thing I would like to say, many of you give me the biggest compliments, and it actually made me, I think, a more better person in a way and responsible person, because there's a time I was very immature. Still I am, but there are many things I learned over years. Many of you well-wishers said, Joy, you are too aggressive. You are community police and you are fighting with a lot of people. Even in Bangladesh, I'm fighting with people. I block people, this and that, and I have so much ego. So all these things are true. I have anger management issues and I do have an ego. Many of you will not admit it because most of you don't want to. The ego doesn't let you admit it. But nowadays I do admit it. I have these faults because I have, perhaps with the age, these ones are, packaged. And I do have my other things that I go through, my demons I have in my head. Sometimes I go depression, I go sickness, and these things are not pleasant. I really wish I was well all year round, but I can't. I try to eat better now, try to work out better now, but ultimate thing I learned from you guys is that no matter how big you get, nowadays I feel I'm not anywhere a big reviewer. Many of people don't know me in the world, but many people do. I have achieved many things that many other reviewers couldn't. So by grace of God, if perhaps I was in States or Europe, I would get invitation to join big award nights or meetup of reviewers. I know that because of my reviews, I have done the work. But nowadays, I understand one thing. I do not get myself engaged in negative energy that much. I like to focus more on work, positivity, contribution, and more, production. If you do work, that will remain. Your anger, hatred, fighting will not. And once you do that, you can only go. You don't have to worry about your payoff or anything. Your life will get better. So I will suggest to you, from my own experience, sometimes, of course, I'm still not perfect. I still get angry, shout and all. But if you really want to grow, do not compare with others what they have, what they achieved. Oh, I can never be a reviewer like him. I can never be a collector like him. You will be. You will be if you have the love. Perhaps you don't need a huge collection. Perhaps all you need is love. Okay, if you are genuine, that's when you can grow. Many of the people are not genuine. Okay, I can tell they are just simply working for a company. It's their job. It's fine. It's fair. But some people show that they're passionate. They know a lot, but they just are trying to sell their bottles. That's it. Okay, they're working for some other sellers who are paying them. So the passion is missing in many. So that's why I see comments like none of the reviewers are fun anymore, original anymore. They became a seller, sold out, sell out. In many ways, perhaps you can say that about me too, because I work for YouTube, I work for monetization, so I need my payoff, right? So you can say, yes, this guy is working for money. Who is not working for money? Who works for free, right? So these things I just want to share with you as brother to a brother or sister. But bigger you get, always remember, you have a lot more responsibility. Even if you want to do a lot of bad things, take revenge or say a rude word, you won't be able to say it because you are much higher place. When people look up at you and your bad behavior or low behavior, small rude behavior can like, let's say, turn people off or lose their respect. Imagine you're a big star. I'm not talking about me. Let's say Shah Rukh Khan. Imagine like a big star like him or Tom Cruise. He's your hero. You went to meet him. Let's talk a little bit more. I'll talk 20 minutes. I don't want to rush and finish this video because I'm talking to you and I love you. You love me back. Imagine a big hero of yours. I've seen these videos, many of Ellen DeGeneres, she was rude to one fan and their dreams were shattered. Like imagine all your life, you were a big fan of this star and you met him or her and then they shooed you away. They shoved you. They cursed at you. They say, hey, do you know who I am? And then how dare you come close to me? How dare you take a selfie? It will make a huge difference in their world because to them, you are a big world. And to them, you are their idol. And once you broke that respect, perhaps you did not, as a star, you didn't lose much. You already have money, you have success, but you lost the love and respect of a true fan who prayed for you, who loved you, always fascinated about you. Remember that if you become big, be down to earth, keep your head down and keep working. And bigger you get, your responsibility is also high. So keep trying to produce the quality or the work. That's what I'm trying to do. So now coming to the third point, this is what I really hate. I talk too much, but some of you don't mind because you guys know I'm old. So most important point, today's point is the curse of being a large collector, or if you have a lot of perfume. I'm gonna do that horror voice, it's like, ooh, it's like a spooky, but yeah, it's kind of scary. Okay, I'll admit to you, starting with me. Mark did a video on me, Rob08, fragrance hobby, 100% stress. Go check out that video. I'll leave a link below. And he did that about me. He was concerned about me. He's my brother. He's my mentor. He's my guru. I love him so much. Mark is a fantastic man. Mark is not just a reviewer. He is God sent to us. The work he did, what he gave us the world, it changed many people's lives. It changed the community. It changed the scenario. So the stress, when does it come? Okay. Here we go, one by one. I'll give you my example so it will be relatable. You think from your point of view, okay? Many of you try to impress others. You think if you don't have a big collection behind you, people will not respect you. They will not take you seriously. You do not do the game for yourself, but you do for others' sake. You think if I don't have this or a creed, it happened with many of my brothers. If I don't have a creed in my collection, people will not take me as serious, okay? People will not respect me. People will not say, hey, your collection is basic, bro. And you hear those people and you get so influenced, your ego goes like hurt. And you try to show people, hey, I upgrade to niche. I buy niche so much. I spend $500 to buy a perfume just to show people that I know so much and respect me. That is not ultimate, even though this is work sometimes, but it's about status that people know, oh, he spends so much, so he has money. Okay, this world, it's true. We do this. We buy a car, we buy a nice house. Why? Because we want to show people that we have the status. But that should not be your primary goal. So when you try that, you actually miss out on many great fragrances. Let's say $500. Imagine how many designers you could buy. But if you're not into really designers, your nose already got mature. Like let's say nowadays I'm enjoying Frederic Malle or Xerjoff a little bit more, or niche houses, because maybe my taste after 6-7 years, it's upgrading. Nose is craving for more interesting natural oak moss or something like it. But that's a different story. If your cravings there, go for it by every mean. Your money, if it's not an issue, go for it by every mean. But This game is also about addiction. Okay, this is the dark part. Before you know, you have fragrances you have no place to keep. Showing you exhibit. This is my bed, and I have perfumes. Not just one. I have sorry, not just one. I have two stacks. Okay, and I have behind me there's a box. Okay, full of perfumes, and behind me and the floor I don't have anywhere. I have like this. I have somewhere here and there. Lost. People ask me how many do you have. I have no clue. I'm not trying to show off, but I bought so many fragrances to review, collect. I got for the hype. I wanted to review it so bad. I got so greedy, and I cannot actually dispose of perfumes nowadays. It's very hard for me to sell off perfumes that I really love. Okay, if I can, I keep them. So if you have a house, you know you have limited storage, you have limited space. You will never be able to have big enough space if you have this addiction. I know many of my brothers who bought, like they ordered like, hey, give me 16 perfumes one time, buy like this. Yeah, makes the sound. Yeah, no, that's not working. Anyway, I smell perfume, man. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say, coming back to discussion, serious discussion, is that before you know, you can end up with fragrances, bunch of them, load of them, and you cannot sell them because your heart doesn't allow you. You are not using them, so it's being a waste. It's collecting dust. So sad. And also, at one point, you lost your passion. That's the most horrible day for you because you feel I just wasted so many thousands of dollars. Before you know, it's insane amount. When I think of it, how much did I spend on my perfume? I could have bought my Nike. I could have bought so many of other things. A Rolex, but no, I'm just kidding, not Rolex, but expensive, nice watch. Nice things in life. Nice maybe curtains at the back or a nice little, bicycle. When I think of it, it's insane. Where your passion can take you is a good thing. Also, it can lead you to hell. And when you waste, it's a bad thing. You feel bad. When you do not reach for a perfume, you don't know where you kept. You don't even remember what perfume you have. You have the whole line and it's just collecting dust. It's sad. So the curse of having a big, it's a curse, I would say. It's not always a benefit or a good thing necessarily that you have a huge collection and you get love from people. People say, hey, bro, awesome. You are a beast mode collector. Feels good. But after that, what? If you compete with other people, hey, I showed him. He has interlude. I have interlude 53. He has perfumes. I have others. I have spent Sultan Pasha others. I have better nose than you. Good. You win. But so what? What did you win really? Did you win a trophy? Did you win $1 million? Did you win anything that actually helped you sleep better at night? You feel that way, like, I'll tell you, I'll ask you frankly, do you really feel by beating someone, putting someone down, or, if let's say someone has a Lexus and you then bought like a Maserati and you showed them, hey man, I have big guns, I have not guns, I have big bucks, right? And you showed them, what did you achieve by it? Do you feel good about it? End of the day, it's about your happiness. If it doesn't make you happy, if you're not happy with what you're doing and you always feel it's a stress, you have to keep buying. The addiction is there. I actually have an mere excuse that I have a Decant page. I decant. So it's a page sort of runs and people buy from me. So bottles get finished. So I don't feel guilty. Finish, I use some, I keep 20 ml for me. Good enough for me. Okay. Most of my bottles, I do that. But many of my bottles mostly are full. So in a way, if I want to get rid of them, perhaps if I sell off my part of my collection, I can get back my money because we have that community marketplace. But how many of you have that? You have run out of space in your house, my friends. You have run out of head space, headroom, mental peace of your mind. And you are so stressed. You keep looking at all night fragrance X. You look at what can I buy? And then you write down the notes. You go and try, sniff how much time it's consuming. Don't let it's easier said than done, but I would say don't let this game become your stress. Okay, this is coming from a person like me, and I got into this. I made this line of work. That's why I can do it. But imagine you have a job, you have kids, you have responsibility, bills to pay, and you do this like me. Even if you have good salary or money coming, eventually to run out, and you'll go on loans. Okay, loans are the worst cancer of life. I had that, and I know the thing. I couldn't sleep at night. Okay, so do not go on credit so much that your limits. When you're breaking your limits, that you are so turned on. You're like, that feel that I'm gonna buy that fragrance is just like all day, like you're driving, you're like, that feeling, and then what happens to you when you buy it and you're guilty, you cannot look at your wife, you cannot look at your kids. The kid is just standing there with his glass empty. Daddy, my milk ran out. And you're holding your $500 fragrance and you feel so bad. You don't have food at home in the fridge. Okay, do your priority right. enjoy the game after that. Make priority right, family, okay, work, ethics, after that fragrance, and play it in such a way you do not feel burdened. You do not also feel like you're doing this to show others that you know better, you have better collection. Please, my humble request, even if you're super rich, at one point you lose your passion, and that's the day. Without passion, a soul is dead. Okay, so these are my things that I want to share. Hopefully I'm sorry I bored you too much, but it was an emotional talk because I go through this. But nowadays I circulate, my funding, I invest, I review, I use, I decant. So it's a process. It's my 24-hour job. I work with perfumes. I work as an influencer. In a way, I review, and I work with companies nowadays, like they invite me to do videos you've seen. So I plan to work because I enjoy it so much. For me, it's full-time work. If it's not a full-time work, sometimes it can become very dangerous. Okay, even at this moment I have too many perfumes. You guys know that I'm guilty of it. So thank you very much for watching. Don't let this game take over you in such a way. You ride the game, don't let the game ride you. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Love you so much. Perhaps if I have some other topics in my mind, I will discuss. If you really watched it, it means a lot to me. And thank you for always giving me the views and the love. I'm just always grateful. Have a nice day. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.